Welcome back everyone to Mario's Gaming World. So I hope you guys had a great week despite what's going on in the world. This week we're going to talk about accounting. We're going to go into part 2 of the accounting discussion. Part 1 went well, so we're going to do part 2. Because there's nothing else to do this week because of the virus. First of all, before we get into it, thank you very much for liking the videos, watching the videos, subbing, leaving comments. All that helps. Don't forget to do it because it does help the algorithm, helps me become a little more popular, which is always nice. Also, I'll just throw this out there, but as you guys may know, it's going to be a little hard to film good quality vlog content or tournaments, things like that because of the virus right now. So if you guys have any suggestions for content that you really want to see on the channel, let me know in the comments. I may or may not include them, depends on how easy it is, how complicated it is, how nice it's going to be, that kind of stuff. But leave it in the comments, I'll respond, and we'll see what happens. Maybe you'll get in the video, maybe it won't. While we go through the accounting discussion today, I'm going to break it up a little bit by inserting random vlog moments of the week. Just so it's not 10 straight minutes of whiteboard talk. While some of you might really like that, I'm sure some of you don't. So this week get the best of both worlds, and you guys get to see kind of what I'm doing behind the scenes, what's going on in my life, that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get started. I put down some points on what we're going to talk about today. First, we're just going to go into briefly what debits and credits are. Then we're going to talk about the general journal, and then the general ledger. All relatively straightforward concepts, and we're going to approach them very affordably, so you guys don't get overwhelmed. It's going to be nice, quick, and easy. It's time to go do some mailings and deliver people some cards, so let's go get them. Alrighty, one mega clop's down, one more smaller package to go. Remember that chair from last week? That's the same chair. That chair just keeps transferring me money and I keep bringing in cards. I don't know what to tell you. It's a pretty awesome chair. The general journal is where you post your transactions primarily. I'll show you guys what I mean. Up here, I've written 2 transactions. We're going to do the journals and ledger just for April 1st, which is tomorrow. This is what's going to happen tomorrow, so we'll do it right now. So on April 1st, we're going to pay $500 for rent, because that's approximately where my rent is. And we're going to receive $200 from a tab. So when you're posting these in your general journal, the first thing you need is the date. We can just write the date once, doesn't really matter. So we know that we're in April 1st. Everything's happening April 1st, so that's fine. Next thing we need to do, we need to determine what gets the debit and what gets the credit in terms of accounting. What you guys need to know is debits and credits refer to the positive or negative in any of your accounts. The reason they exist is because accounting uses a system called a double entry posting system, which is basically meaning that for every transaction, something gets a debit, something gets a credit. That's all it means. I don't know why that's the way it is, but it's the way it is, so that's the way we've got to do it. So let's take this $500 in rent. We're losing $500. When you have cash in a debit credit account, a credit to your cash is a loss, basically. So we know that $500 is going to be credited in terms of our accounting, which means by default we know that our rent expense is going up by $500. With me so far? The next thing you gotta write is just, what the accounts are. So we got rent expense, and we have cash. And this is just a little line representing the entry that happened, which is the pay $500 for rent. You write a little description here, not a big deal. This row is for your accounts. All your accounts have a number associated with them. Cash usually has a 101. Rent expense can have anything, whatever, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for this, we're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. That stuff is really easy, and you can find those online, or you can make your own, or whatever you want. Let's do the second example now. We're receiving $200 from a tab. Do you guys remember what a tab is? what a tab is called in an accounting world? Remember? It's called accounts receivable. Remember that? That's what it is. So our accounts receivable balance is going down $200, so it's a credit of $200. Where our cash now is going up by $200. So we're going to go ahead and write cash, we're going to go ahead and write 200 here. And then our description. And those are only 2 transactions for Wednesday, April 1st, because of the virus. Thanks, virus. If you guys check out the description of the video, I'm going to post a link to a blog where it's going to have this coverage on it. It's also going to have more information on debits and credits, what accounts are associated with a debit in the positive, which ones are credit for positive, and just some helpful information to help you understand a little bit better. It is a little complicated at first for some people to get their grasp on. Once you do, it's relatively straightforward. Now that everything is posted in our journal, let's go ahead and write it in the ledger. Well, it's important to get your exercise in, even in the social isolation period. Social isolation period. I guess the nice thing is that there aren't really too many people out in public right now, and anyone that is out in public, I just kind of like run away from them in the opposite direction. Whatever, just stay away from all those people. Nor we approach that season where it's nice to just go outside for a run without freezing your ass off or being uncomfortable, running in puddles. You know, all those things you don't really want to do. You don't have to do those anymore. It's finally nice outside. I want to try to make a habit of, filming some of the nice spring to summer, maybe to fall to winter variations while I have this channel running. Might be cool. Might be something to do. I don't know, if you guys like it, let me know in the comments. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's nice to see nature and water, trees, whatever. Let me know. We've got a little more to go to this week's episode, so I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves so far. As always, thank you for the support. I can't say it enough. You guys are awesome. Just keep doing it. So the general ledger is used after we record things in our general journal. It keeps track of our balances in each of our accounts. It's just a long ledger. Some companies go 1 ledger per year per account. Some do it a little bit more frequently than that. Whatever works for you. But we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Right, we're in April 1st. So what we need to do is essentially carry over our balances so far in the year, what we have so far for each account in the year. So we'll start with cash real quick. We'll write something just to recognize it, something like balance carried over. And we know this is the same, whatever. Cash, we're going to assume that our cash account right now has $8,349.42. Just an arbitrary number. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know. You don't know, we don't know. We're just going to use this other number for this. Expenses for rent expense, we can kind of figure out. We're on month 4. Had to pay rent January, February, March. So 3 500 increments already. Our balance for that would be $1,500 for the month, for the year. Sorry. And accounts receivable entries. Let's say that our total balances of tabs owing right now is $360. So now that we did that, we can enter everything from today, and we can figure out what our balance is after all that's done. So for the first example here, to pay $500 in rent, what we need to do is put that in the accounts where that matters. Don't forget, everything has 2 accounts at all times. That's what double entry in accounting is all about. We know that cash is involved because that's what we paid with, and we know that rent expense is involved because that's our account for when we pay rent. We'll start with the cash because it's easiest. We know we're losing $500 in our cash, so we know it's a credit of $500. And we'll just leave a little note here, paid rent. And that's it. We also now need to put that into our rent expense entering. So we're just going to write here, paid rent. Until you guys are fully aware of what's a debit and what's a credit for positives and negatives, we know that this was a credit, which means the other entry has to be a debit. There's no choice. So we'll go here and we'll write 500, since that's what it is. Let's go on to our second entry of the day, the $200 that we got back from our accounts receivable. So we'll go ahead and put that in the cash first, and we'll make a note here, received cash off tab. Just call it that. Since we're receiving cash, it's a debit, so we're going to go ahead and put $200 right here. Since we know that this was a debit, we know that where the other entry is going is going to be a credit, and it's going to go in our accounts receivable. What's happening basically is we're taking $200 off of the accounts receivable pool we have. So we'll go ahead and write the same thing, received cash from tab. And over here, we're going to put the credit of 200. Nice and easy, huh? I hope it's starting to make sense. I only started with 2 examples to show this off because it can be a lot for some people to take in. Some people know this stuff. Some people can learn this stuff really quickly. We'll go ahead and finish this off now. The point of the ledger is to post everything properly and to determine what we have for each of our balances. So we'll start with cash. We know that we started the month with $8,349.42. We took away $500 and we added $200 right back. That means our new balance, which you might just have recorded kind of on the right or somewhere else, you know that our new balance, if you do the math, is $8,049.42. This is currently the amount of money we have in our cash account, which is the bank account, more or less. We also know that we've paid a total of $2,000 of rent this year, so we're going to put the $2,000 here just to reference that we know that. And over here, we have $360 originally, but we subtracted $200 from it, which means our new balance is $160. That's how much tab money that's owed to us at some point. This week we get Secret Slayers, which provides 3 new archetypes, lots of fun stuff. I'm just happy I got my shipment because we didn't know what was happening because of the virus. Anyway, some of it's already sold. You know, the powers of delivery, people want it like that, so it's fine. Just to put some numbers into perspective real quick, let's say that selling one of these boxes makes me $20. After everything's shipping, tax, whatever, $20. So a case is 12 boxes. That's $240. So just some numbers for you guys to think about as you guys might be pursuing card vending, card business at some point. I mean, to be competitive, you might be looking at those kind of profit margins. The booster boxes aren't the great way to do it. It's fine, it's whatever. Every little bit counts. I guess it is fun from a financial perspective to know that you can make $240 literally in like a few hours. That's not too bad. And if you have a bigger community, that could be $480, $720. You get the point. It's all fluid, depends on your business, depends on your community. It really is, you know, a card business is a great business to be into if you want just those quick gains on release days. That's time to go deliver the rest of these boxes. I'll see you guys later. Alright, that's it for accounting for this video. This was just, again, a very approachable situation, a very easy flow into general journal, general ledger, and what debits and credits are. Again, feel free to look at the blog, which I put in the description. It's going to have this information there, and it's going to have some more information to help you with the knowledge behind debits and credits. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you learned something. Let me know if you found this easy enough to understand. If you have any ideas for suggestions for content, again, put them in the comments and we'll look it over, see what we can do, see what we can't do. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a great week. Stay healthy and stay safe. See you next time.